Hello everybody, in this video we talk about, well, the bad things in the game Dragon's Dogma 2. I already played 20 hours. Overall, just so you know, that I really enjoyed the game, but there are situations where I feel like it could be so much better with just some things related to balance, some things related to rewarding exploration, and some combat things with the clunkiness that if certain things were solved, it could be an amazing game, really potential to be game of the year, but it's not like that because it falls down short with many things that kind of some of them are small, some of them are more significant, but overall, again, I'm enjoying the game. So let's jump and talk about the things that I don't like. So first of all, what I think is a terrible save system, which actually made me and probably so many others lose hours of their time because they thought maybe, for example, if they are in the campfire, that is going to save the game, and then they went back and tried to load from the inn because they thought it's the same. There's something in the game, I think, that suggests something like that, but it's actually not, and then you can lose hours of the game, even a day, if you don't actually go to an inn and save, which you should do frequently. Nonetheless, it's confusing for players and it shouldn't be like that. Player will probably use modes and many other things. The PC probably going to copy the folder, save folder, all the things that shouldn't really exist in a single player game. Why force it on players? Give, a save that you can actually save, even one slot that you are sure to, if you load it, is going to be bring you back, and that's about it. Again, if you have one, of course, people can save scum it, but again, single player game, who cares? Well, probably the devs because just wanted to waste lots of time. Talking about wasting time, most part of the game is a walking simulator. Seriously, I mean, now there's no fast travel in the game, although there are ways for with the ox crates, and you can actually summon them in some places, and there's an option to also use an item which it's pretty hard to get, to travel to certain places. So there are ways to kind of shorten things, but in general, you're going to be walking, and we're going to be walking a lot. You're going to waste so much time with the game. I think if there was something that can measure it, you'll be probably walking like 70% and 30% you're going to do everything else. Who knows, maybe more. The thing is that it's really lots of waste of time. Of course, some of them is fun and you're gonna explore areas, but again, there's so many places where you need to backtrack and waste a lot of time walking that you just waste so much time that you feel like the game is totally slow for you, especially if you don't have a lot of time to play. In another way, it does feel a bit organic in a way, so you can more encourage to explore areas rather than rush them. So there are some positive aspects, but in general, there are going to be many players who won't like it. The game suffers from performance issues. For me, I'm playing on Full HD and I have no problem most of the time. It's just when I'm inside cities where actually many players reported, even those using 4090, they're actually suffering from 40 FPS in these areas. So yeah, the game is badly optimized, and that's why I'm playing. By the way, keep in mind, I'm playing on Full HD, and on Full HD with ray tracing, I still get good performance, but I'm playing on Full HD. If you plan to play on 4K, well, it's going to be pretty rough. The other thing, for some reason, turning DLSS actually improved my performance. Usually I use it to improve performance and get better frame rates. In this game, it seems to opposite. Again, just bad optimization. Now, if you play games like Elden Ring, for example, and you come to this game, you're going to feel the combat is clunky. Not very clunky, but it is clunky. For example, when I use the fighter, for example, I can't really lock on targets, and leads some really awkward situation, especially if I'm playing, by the way, with keyboard and mouse. If you play with the controller, it's a bit easier, but that's why the game, again, favors control than keyboard and mouse. But I do play with keyboard and mouse because I prefer like that, but it is clunky. Whether it's a huge problem, not, but definitely if somewhat we actually can nail it properly, this will just make combat so much better, in my opinion. Now, the AI can be pretty stupid and can make mistakes, and of course when it's mostly based on AI here, because your companions are AI driven, if they make mistakes, they're going to die. If they die, you need to recruit again. If your main opponent dies, you need to revive in a certain place. So again, overall, it feels good. It feels amazing and feel refreshing that actually you have AI that actually, well, in combat with you. I mean, really enjoying that thing. This is one of the things that really make me want to play this game. But keep in mind, when something doesn't go well and can go well really at the wrong time, it can have some really bad results. Just keep this in mind. Now, I play Elden Ring, and I thought Elden Ring is a very, very rewarding game, but for some reason, this game doesn't feel rewarding. Many times when you go and do things, you get some, crafting materials, but I really don't use them at all because I'm just going fine without them. And this is true because I think this is related to just bad balancing, because why not put some really unique items with different stats where you can find them more often, especially when you kill monsters. I mean, it feels bad if you kill a monster and just get shitty things. I can spend several minutes killing a monster and get some crafting materials that I don't need. Same goes to exploring other areas. I just feel less motivated and less motivated the more that I play. And it's not a good thing. And that's definitely something that either they went safe with the balancing, they're afraid to make something and break the game. I don't know. Again, the game feels much less rewarding from pretty many other action RPG games that I played before. Definitely there's something they could have improved, but yeah, it feels not rewarding in most part. The other thing on microtransactions, to be honest, I really don't care about the fact that it's there. I mean, I'm going to use it, and but of course, going to be many who will use it. That of course makes the game even easier. But again, it's a single-player game. What do I care? I play the game. If I enjoy it, fine. If not, I'm going to move on to the next game. But again, it's a principle. I'm imagining something like that makes the game easier. For example, Dark Souls. How it's going to enrage the community. And of course, there are lots of fans of the game who want this. I pay for the game, that's it, give me the game. Why do I need microtransaction inside the game? And I agree with them. But again, whether I'm going to not buy the game because of that, well, I thought about it. But no, I'm going to play it. But definitely, again, it's something that the dev shouldn't do. You just get some negativity from the community. And maybe at some point, people just won't buy the next game because of that. Again, this is something that I think the dev shouldn't have done. I mean, it's this kind of trust between the players and the devs that they put trust in the developers to deliver the experience they were waiting for. And of course, microtransaction is a big thing and people worry about that in many games. So again, some games will have it, some not. But again, it's all about, well, for a single player game, come on. The other thing that I think the game can do well without this, I actually don't really understand in many games that actually implemented, you just feel annoying, that actually, just makes players again manage, waste time for what exactly? What does it even mean when you need to manage it? There's so many other things if you build a good game to manage, but this is just extra management that is unneeded, unnecessary, just waste of time, total waste of time. In many games it's like that, just bad. The positive side, by the way, is sometimes that there's so much space that I can't really manage it because I'm just collecting things. So, I mean, putting a limit is fine, but the thing is, the limit here just is too low. Now, there are ways you can actually improve it by finding different items, but again, you need to explore a lot, and of course, you can manage it fine if you don't get lots of these useless drops. But overall, again, it feels like it's unnecessary in this game. And I'm telling you, that's the difference between a masterpiece game that devs understand and know from, by the way, from other devs' mistakes, what to do and what not to do, and implement it correctly. I mean, the core game itself is amazing and refreshing for me. Although it's built, of course, on an old game in most part, still, if you bring it now, even to the present, it feels refreshing to play a game like that. And it's a beautiful world, and the combat against monsters and climbing monsters is just amazing. It's really, really fun. But it just feels bad that that's how the game, part of it is ruined because of these little mistakes that could have corrected and make the game so much better. And many players actually would buy the game because they hear positive reviews. Now the game is not getting good reviews. Overall, I think they could have made the game so much better, and people will highly praise it if it was such, but yeah, it's not the case. Of course, some people will just love it as it is, especially those who played the first one, but I already read people complaining about those microtransactions, so many other things, even those who actually played the first one. Nonetheless, I think it's worth it overall, but just know some of the issues, be aware of them, maybe decide not to buy it or buy it based on that. But again, the game overall is a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. Thanks for watching.